Once upon a time, in a forest, there lived a little gnome named Johnny. He was very curious and kind, always dreaming of adventures and new friends. One evening, when it was raining outside, his best friend, the hedgehog, invited Johnny over. They settled by a cozy window, listening to the raindrops tapping on the roof, and Johnny decided to tell the hedgehog a story about his amazing adventure that happened last summer. Thus began their magical evening journey into the world of memories. One day last summer, Johnny began his story. I decided to explore the world beyond my little house. I built a small boat and sailed across a misty lake. Tall fir trees grew all around, and the water was calm and mysterious. I couldn't wait to see what awaited me on the other shore. When I reached the forest, Johnny continued, I made a campfire and settled on a big stone to warm up and think about my next adventures. The fire crackled merrily, and ferns and mighty trees grew all around. I felt like a real explorer. As I went further, I found myself on a forest path, full of amazing flowers and fireflies. I sat down to rest on a big red mushroom and watched with interest as magical lights danced around me. Soon I climbed to the top of a high cliff. From there I could see a stunning view of green hills and forests, and the sky was painted with bright colors of sunset. I realized how huge and beautiful the world is, and felt very brave and free. The journey continued, and I climbed onto a thick branch of a giant fir tree. Sitting high above the ground, I admired the sunrise and listened to the forest waking up. It was one of the most magical mornings of my life. One day it started to rain, but I didn't get scared. I sheltered under a huge green leaf and smiled as I watched the drops run down its surface. Even on a rainy day, you can find a cozy and safe place in the forest. Continuing my journey, I found myself on a log laid across a stream. Balancing, I walked along it while dragonflies flew all around. I was very agile and brave, and always found a way to overcome any obstacle. In the evening, I was returning home through the dark forest, lighting my way with a lantern among ferns and roots. All around grew magical mushrooms that glowed with a blue light, and I was very pleased with my find. I came home tired but happy, because this adventure would stay in my heart forever. When the story ended, the narration returned to the cozy house of the hedgehog. The candle on the table had almost burned out, and the plates were nearly empty. The hedgehog yawned, but his eyes sparkled with admiration. He smiled at Johnny and said, "What an amazing story. Johnny, will you take me with you on your next adventure?" Johnny laughed and promised that next time they would definitely go on a journey together. And so ended this magical evening full of warm stories and new dreams about future adventures.